Hey guys, welcome to week 5 of this. Thank you to all the people that have supported the crowdfunding campaign, to all the pledges, to all the contributors. A big thank you this time, a humongous thank you to everyone that's going to be featured in this open letter thank you video, because you guys, you guys got me across the line. You got me to the goal. You were the ones. You were all the ones. Everyone. Anyone who cheerleaded me on, even people that kind of poked holes or questioned or weren't quite sure and thought I was, trying to understand what was going on, and even even people that maybe did not show up for themselves and for me during this campaign, they also helped. People that questioned, whether I'm how well I'm able to receive. In a spiritual sense, all those sorts of things, everything helped. All of it helped get me along across the line, and I think I actually had to spiritually develop. I had to develop personally. I'm big into personal growth. I'm big into my faith. I'm big into my beliefs. I'm big into my heart and soul, and making the most of every single heartbeat. And that's the whole point of Decide Your Destiny. That really is the essence of it. It's you deciding your destiny. You deciding what it's going to be. You deciding how it's going to play out by your terms, as you were sent here on this planet. Not to be a slave, not to have puppet strings dictating your every move, whether that's emotional reactions to a device, feelings that have you swayed in the wind all throughout your day, or other people and pressures around you. And that's what I found through this campaign, is that there's so many great people that we can surround ourselves with. And each one of those people could be terrible people to surround yourself with, in the wrong environment, with the wrong mood, with the wrong mentality, with the wrong information of how to exist and be and connect and communicate heart to heart with each other as a human being, as a spiritual being. Each one of us, even me, all of us, even the greatest person in my life, that could be my family and my friends and all this. We can all be that person. Even if we're so focused on being this person, we can all be that person. And we can all be that person that maybe isn't showing up. And that's what I really wanted to kind of create through this movement, was a environment, an ecosystem that was supporting this book coming forth. And now, thank you to every one of you, I'm able to bring this book, take it to the next stage, take the Decide Your Destiny movement to the next stage. This isn't just about a book, a business, a course, a sign up, a promo, a hype, a market. It's about much more than that. If you haven't worked out by now, it's about my mission on this earth. It's about why I came here. It's about why I created the environment where I had chronic disease, near-death experiences, abuse, no home, where I had all those things happen to me. That's what this movement's about. It's about, what did I learn? What did I gain? What can I give back? It's about service. That's really what it is. I'm here to serve every single one of my heartbeats. Remembering family members who could not be here right now. Family members who passed before their time. My cousin, Elaine, who was murdered before his time. Incredible being who was going to bring so much joy and brightness and creativity, through his music career and everything, all that, he was going to bring it through in all areas of his life. And he was that person. He was a beaming light in the family, and he was taken before his time. So that's why we're doing it. That's what Decide Your Destiny is all about. That's the mission. Okay? It's about your destiny, why it matters, why you get to decide it now and for every single heartbeat, every single subsequent heartbeat. So, without further ado, I would just love to get in and quickly thank all the people that have just made all the difference to this campaign, to me taking this to the next stage. Like I said, it's not just about a book, a business, it's not just about all the different little, what's the latest trend, let me jump on that. It's about much more than that. So, firstly, I would like to thank Heidi Jamison. Thank you so much for being this round, the first one on this round, week 5 of campaign pledges. I really appreciate your support. She's an incredible bookkeeper. She's a powerful force. She's a powerful being when you see her, when you meet her, and she's a lovely host. She's someone who wants to be surrounded by like-minded people and have them in her company and connect with people and show up. You know, she had such a great career and history in and around, you know, truckies and logistics and like industry, you know, through her career. And so she knows what it's like to kind of have to measure up, you know. And so she's quite a force. She's a brilliant being, and I really appreciate your support to this campaign. Thank you, Heidi. Next up, we've got Peter Notti. Peter Notti is someone, she's, I think, the only registered nurse who is also registered and, you know, qualified and verified, you know, as a touch healer. And she's incredible. Her touch healing is incredible. She uses it. She's approved under the guise to be able to use it. She's very passionate about not neglecting the future generations. She's very passionate about what we are or what we're not doing with disability and NDIS and or, you know, where the support is lacking in terms of old age homes and the fact that we're all going to need more support and the lack of it. She's there on the ground. She's helping people every single day. She commits to helping people. She, you know, cares for people. She was a nurse for most of her life. She's written a book recently. She's got these amazing poems that she writes. She's a real, true, beaming forth light being that is here to help, not here to stand on a podium and market about what their, you know, new term of leadership is going to bring in. She's a real deal person who's actually here to try and make a difference. And she's knocked on the doors of politicians for decades, trying to get some positive change, trying to bring about that positive change and find someone who's going to come forth, fulfill on some good promises. They're going to support people, health, old age, disability in the long run, and think forward, not think populist right now. So she's a very, very important person to me. I really appreciate your support, Peter. Alpesh, thank you so much, Alpesh. I appreciate your support, mate. Me and Alpesh have done a few daily doses, we've done a few podcasts, we've done a few different creative things together. He is the, you know, front runner, or one of the front runners of RP Life. He really does help people in all terms of their service, whether it's marketing, whether it's, you know, through service vehicles, whatever it is. He is an incredible person. He's got I think 5 distinctions, dentist, career, business. He's done it all. He's got a lot of information. He's got a lot of knowledge up in his head, and he's really someone who just wants to help and assist. So thank you, Alpesh. I appreciate your support. Then we've got Cathy Smith from Catco. Thank you so much, Cathy. I really appreciate all of your support. She's also a brilliant, brilliant lady in the digital marketing space. She's taken over a recent networking group in the local area. I'm actually going to go and see her tomorrow, so I'll have some awesome lunch with her. She's really like bright and beaming, and I've been on her podcast as well, and she's very, very committed to helping out the community and connecting people. She's one of those people, when you talk to her, you can see she's very engaged with you. She's not in her mind thinking about all the other things going on in the world. She's very engaged with you. So thank you very much, Cathy. Appreciate you. And then we've got Avery Thatcher, all the way from Canada. Just so overwhelmed with your support. During this campaign, she knew that I had to get this message out there, had to get it, you know, find avenues, and she got me on one of her podcasts. She shared me around. She did everything she could. She really believed in me, and we had that mutual connection where, you know, and we only met each other very recently, you know. And so I really, really appreciate you, Avery. Looking forward to doing many great things with you. Maybe a summit coming up in September. Very exciting. Don't want to announce too many things because it is quite a bit early on, but thank you, Avery. Really appreciate that. And then we've got Masa, Mr. Masa. Masa is a work experience student who has been working with me for the past few weeks. Today, took him to a networking event, to another venue, different places, so he can kind of see. He's wanting to get into the multimedia space. You know, he's wanting to work out, how do I build a business? And quite literally he said, how do I build a business? And then be able to step away from that business, and that business still run viable without me having to work every second of the day. But he's a really interesting fella. He's been doing some creative film with his friends over the holidays. I've been checking it out a bit. He probably doesn't know that I've been checking it out, but I have, and he's really committed to learning. He's very intelligent. You know, a lot of these kids are very intelligent, but what can often happen is this new age of highly intelligent kids, you know, the commitment needs to be there, that commitment. And I think he has that commitment. So really appreciate all of your support, Masa. One of the jobs that I was very lucky to get, I was able to get him in front of the state, you know, leader and one of the health ministers and all this sort of stuff, and all the media and 7 News, and he was able to see all of this, you know, environment. And then we were getting on a plane, and we went on a plane, a seaplane up in the air. And he texted his friends. His friend said, "Who's this Kyle guy? What the heck are you doing? Is this guy even a photographer? What is this? You know, what's he doing? You know, in this sort of space?" So I actually enjoyed that experience because I was actually able to give that opportunity for him to enjoy that experience as well. So that really made a big difference. Thank you, Masa, for contributing, sharing it around, and I really appreciate your support and just your person to person. Man, you did it! Like, you know, well done. Like, this is great. You're kind of person-to-person support, so you're a good lad and with a bright future, mate. Next up, we've got Matt Alderton. Matt Alderton runs BX Networking. I'm actually going to put all the links down, like in the other videos, put all the links down of everyone below so that you can actually check them out. You can find out a little bit more information, see where their businesses are, see what opportunities they provide. And Matt Alderton provided a great opportunity for me to be able to launch a network company, you know, his network company, launch the Perth one over here with about a week's notice from another business colleague, and I was able to launch it in Fremantle. Within a year, we grew it to five different locations. You know, went around and was able to network and I guess meet a lot more people, and that's really what I love doing, is meeting people, meeting different business owners, seeing the commonalities between business owners and their passion and the problems that they're trying to solve, and the, you know, different sort of ways that they're trying to service their customer and go above and beyond. And so to be able to have that network, to be able to have that access to other human beings and seeing how they show up in the world, really, really treasure that experience. So thank you very much, Matt Alderton. And he, at that time when he pledged, he was the highest. He did get pipped, but he was the highest at that point, and it was really pivotal. I actually, Avery, Matt Alderton, and the next person on this list, Petros, I actually went on a Zoom quite late at night, and I had all 3 of them who pitched in, which was amazing. And so thank you, Matt. It's actually the one person I was able to see live pitch in pledge, because he did it while he was on the computer and it came through and I said, "Oh, thank you, mate." So I was able to have that full interaction of seeing someone contribute to the campaign and actually and say thank you. So thank you very much, Matt. Really appreciate it. He's a very processed, very systemized, very organized person. I've been able to, I guess, observe him as he's been able to observe me, and how I, you know, run my business hearty and all that sort of, you know, stuff, and my story, and you know, he's really put me forward in front of a lot of people. I appreciate that, and I've been able to observe, you know, the way that he's really, I guess, how would you say, like tightened up, you know, like in terms of he's got his things covered. You know, when you see someone and you kind of go, wow, like, you know, there's not a button out of, you know, there's not a hair. He might like this, he might not, but there's not a hair out of place, you know, and there's nothing out of place. And I think that's how he runs his business. That's how that astute, that refined sort of way that he runs all his operations. And he's obviously got an incredible person, Loz, who helps run the operations as well. So it's really great to see and observe that and see, okay, how can I bring that sort of tight, you know, like, you know, kind of refined nature, so that my processes and my systems are executed at the best way possible. Because you can have the heart, you can have the soul, you can have all of that, but if you don't have the other side to your business and to what you want it to do, and the numbers and understanding and the kind of execution in a very, you know, decisive way, then your heart and soul can kind of not reach. And I see this in a lot of people that have incredible businesses that are so deep and have got such, you know, amazing potential, but they just can't get to the people that they need to serve and help, because they don't have that other side. And they go, nah, well, mate, you know, stuff it, mate. If they're not going to come to me, then, you know, well, that's not service. That's not good enough. So anyway, that's my point of view. So thank you, Matt. Really appreciate that. And then we've got Petros. Petros has the same name as my dad, if you say it in Greek, Peter, Petros. But Petros, I met him on that online meeting. He's all the way in California. We all connected and he believed in me enough to be able to pitch in. And he actually helped me take me to the 7K mark, which was a pretty big milestone. I did have to get up to 10K by the following day, but that was a big milestone. And so thank you for that, Petros. I really appreciate it. He helps people who are wanting to bring books, bring their messages, bring their stories to life. And he's a very, very nice guy from what I've met, and I'm looking forward to actually connect with him because I think there's so many different people that we can introduce each other to, even though we're on opposite sides of the planet, literally 12 hours away. I think it's 12, might be 14, but 12 hours, around 12 hours away from each other. We're in the future over here, so I can let him know how it is. It's pretty bright and sunny. But you know, we can still contribute and introduce people together. So thank you, Petros. I really appreciate that. Zoe Izzard, Bozo, as we called her back in the day. She's my cousin all the way in Cronulla. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate your support all the way through, and the fact that you're willing to contribute and give, and you know, kind of, Cronulla can be a bit of a bubble at times, you know, and so it's kind of like you have to pop through the bubble and see what else is out there. So thank you so much for your contribution. People of Cronulla probably won't like that comment. Next up, Boothie, George Booth. He's actually got a park named after him in Fremantle. He had his grandfather himself walking through the town centre with sheep on horseback. He knows Fremantle. He's been here for a long time. He, the other day, just went around town he did 20,000 steps, and he was handing out flyers for 4 hours, forgot to even have lunch because he wanted to get these flyers out for give a damn, give a can. And I've been a part of this project with him before. I've been involved and I'm keen to get involved. It's up until the 31st of this month. 31st actually is when the book publishes, so why not give up until then? So I'm excited to see how I can help him out. He's always got something going. He's always giving. He's always got multiple people he's helping out. And he's just giving, helping out. And the fact that he was actually able to pledge for support for me means so much to my heart. So thank you, George. Really appreciate you. Appreciate the fact that I've got someone in my life who's such a inspiration in terms of his activity at his age, what he does, the days that he puts in. He's always on the go. You know, there's people that are half the age of him that just don't even understand how he's got so much in his tank, but he does. And it's because he's got commitment, he's got the faith, he's got the belief, and he's got the desire to have a part of his destiny to contribute to other people. So thank you, George. I appreciate that. And we've got Odette. Odette, thank you very much. Our South African Portuguese friend, incredible host. We usually go to Odette's for Christmas. You can imagine the spread that they put on, but I really appreciate your support for this campaign. Odette, thank you very much. Then we've got my brother. Thank you, Dylan. He is actually working in cinemas at the moment, so he gets these sweet $2 movie deals. He's an incredible young lad. He's, you know, been my brother 8 years apart, but, you know, very special bond. Growing up, I would go into his room, give him a kiss goodnight on his forehead, and he used to call it the Jesus kiss. So yeah, we've always had a good relationship, you know, like, and it's a relationship even though there's distance between us in terms of our location relationship. I want to build stronger and stronger. So I really appreciate you being a part of this movement, Dylan. Thank you very, very much. And then we have got Ward. Thank you, Ward. Ward was the person that actually helped me heal my heart. He's the person that actually put me on the alkaline diet when I was in dire straits, helped me starve out the bug and heal my heart. And if you want to learn more about that story, it is in the book. So thank you so much, Ward, for your contribution. I had a great conversation with him this month. Just this long conversation. He's currently in Sri Lanka, being as zen as a being can be. And he's really great to hear his perspective on life, his take on what his father, Clivey, you know, who helped, you know, for a big period of my life, looked after me, what Clive was all about, how someone can be in his 90s, 92, on his deathbed, joyful, beaming, bright being, and be happy his whole life. And I guess one of the key secrets was putting a lifestyle first. And if you're going for it and you're hustling, it should be for that freedom. It should be to have freedom of a good lifestyle. So thank you so much, Ward. Really appreciate your support. And then next up, we've got Granny, Billy, and Bailey, or as I like to say, my granny's name in South Africa is Brenda. So BBB, the triple B, triple threat, all the way in South Africa. Thank you guys so much. I've grown up with you guys, going back to South Africa, spending time with you, and I really, really appreciate your support. It means the world to me from the bottom of my heart, so thank you. And then we have got Colette. Colette is actually one of Elvira's good friends, and Elvira, on the last day, she got out there and she did some magic writing, and Colette felt moved to contribute to my cause. So I really appreciate that, Colette. Thank you so much for your support. And then we have got Alison Field from Field Conveyancing. She is an incredible lady. I saw her the other day, and we've known each other for years and years, and she's all about her West Coast Eagles, and she is, got her son playing for, I think, Auskick at the moment, and getting better and better. And so thank you so much for your support, Alison. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to get the book into your hands and into the hands of everyone else on this thank you video. So thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot. Then we've got Alvin. I mean, what can I say about Alvin? I spoke to someone else yesterday, and he mentioned Alvin, and Alvin is really big in the Perth network space. And he said, this man invited me in, got me coffee, got me set up, and then spent 2 hours with me. And look, we're both Irish, so we can both yarn for quite a while, but he spent his time and he invested his time, and he said, thank you for you investing your time today with me. And I was just gobsmacked, and this gentleman was saying, I'm just gobsmacked about like how much he gives, how much he's there to serve and help and connect. And so that really is who Alvin is. He really comes off as just like, I'm glad I had a chat with Alvin. So really awesome guy. He's got an amazing story, amazing story of how he grew up and kind of the conditions and what really sparked, him. And he's definitely got a book in him. So I hope to be reading that book one day soon, Alvin, when you get a bit of time to write it. But thank you so much for your support, Alvin. I really, really appreciate it. Then we've got Clare and Dylan Vandenberg, all the way from Canada as well, although I did meet them in Perth when I first came here 5 years ago, and they actually were the spark for my business. Got introduced to them through Elvira, Lexi, and Stephen, and I was able to chat to them and talk to them, and they said, I've actually got Amara's first birthday coming up. And I think it was like, I think it was the first day back from me going back to Sydney, grabbing all my stuff and then moving right back over here after spending a few days here and deciding, yes, Perth will be my place. And they had me photograph for Amara's birthday, and that actually sparked a bunch of kids' birthdays. And I was just photographing kids' birthdays. I was down on the ground, getting into the mud, the grass, the play centre, and just getting into the kids' world. And I think me having that ability and getting very much onto their level and into their whole world was what sparked this kind of early career in kids photography. And that's what actually really helped my photography business begin to flourish in Perth, Western Australia. So thank you guys so much for giving me that opportunity, and then also still believing in me. And I know you guys believe in me. You believe in the power that I have to capture the heart and soul in photography, and now you believe in how I can capture that in this book and in this movement. So thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate you. And then next up, we have got Raven Harris. Raven Harris is a incredible lady. She's from Activate the Dream. Like I said, everyone's links will be down below, which is very much along the same pathway of Decide Your Destiny. I really, really think me and her are going to link up quite well together. We'll be doing another podcast soon. And she's really someone who's really interested, into personal growth and intrigued. And she's someone who's also aware, she's observant. When did I go wrong here today? What kind of peeved me off, and how did I get back on track? And so she's very aware. She's someone who, like, when you chat to her, she comes across as someone who's like very intelligent, but not intelligent and lost in the ego of the intellect, but intelligent of having her receptors up to what information can help her right now, what can she apply right now in her life. So thank you, Raven. I really appreciate your support for this book. I can't wait to get it into your hands. And then we have got Sean. Sean is someone who I have met just in Fremantle. He helps out with men's health. He creates a place where men can come together. He's also had heart things happen to him, and I'm sure he's going to be okay with me sharing it, but you know, that's where we can kind of come together, me and him. We can chat about it. We can talk about the mental health side of things. We can talk about the mental health of managing or of overcoming and kind of, you know, dealing with having heart situations, you know, which is something that's actually impacting a lot of people, a lot of young people across the planet. You know, so you know, it's really great to have Sean contribute to this cause, and I can't wait to get this book out into his hands and have him part of this movement. So thank you, Sean. And then next up we have got Amarill. Thank you, Amarill. You're also a great friend of Elvira's. Elvira called on you to see if you could contribute and help, and you did. So thank you so much for showing up for this movement. You know, and I can't wait to catch up with you again. From Elvira, what I hear is that you're just bright, bubbly, energetic, generous, kind-hearted person that she's, you know, just connected with so deeply and so well. And I'm really grateful that you're in Elvira's life and in our life, and you've helped contribute to this book, which makes you in everyone's life. So thank you so much. And that's it, folks. That is everyone that we have who has contributed to this campaign, that has helped it come true. Can't believe that I'm actually at that moment where I can say this phase is done. This phase is done. We've secured the target. We've hit the target. We hit the target, so the target was $10,000. $10,444 is the final number. And now I'm going to go forth to the next phase to get this book completely ready, audio book, formatting, everything ready for the 31st of May 2022, when this will be flying off the press and into people's hands, into people's hearts, into people's souls, and changing the consciousness of humanity. So thank you so much. I appreciate you supporting this, guys. Every one of you, the link's going to be down there. Everyone that has contributed to this cause, whether they've contributed and they're in these videos or they've contributed outside of these videos with their support, I believe in you. I really appreciate it. You know, it's just, I can't say enough. Every little bit counts. And that's what we're here. If we can connect with people and help elevate each other's dreams. I mean, how much nicer would life be if we had everyone chasing their dreams, going for their passions, everyone else writing their book, doing their thing, creating their project, you know? Do you think some of the bickering, some of the infighting, some of the divisiveness, some of the judgment, some of the political games would probably go away? What do you think? I think it would, and I think this planet would be a lot better place. So thank you very much. Appreciate you joining me for this week 5, final week. Sealed it off, sent it out. Thank you, open letter video. So thank you to every single one of you, all of you who have contributed in every single way to this cause, to this movement, and make sure, as always, guys, that you go out there in your lives, every single heartbeat, and you decide your destiny. Cheers.